Hi everyone, Billy here with Trade Winds Travel, back with another travel recipe. So I think I've been living under a culinary rock most of my life. We went to Italy a few years ago and I discovered something called a frittata. I had never heard of it over here. So I came back and I thought, oh good, nobody's ever heard of it. Well, everybody knew what a frittata was. But I've taken it and I've made it into small individual ones because I didn't want to have a whole one. So I want to show you how I make my individual frittatas that I learned in Italy. So the first thing that we do is I took a pound of sausage, cooked it up, chopped it up really well, and it's cooled down. So I'm going to move that out of the way, and on this hot burner, I've got a few tablespoons of butter, and to that I'm going to add some onions. Now, if you don't want onions, you don't have to use onions. Actually, you can put anything you want to in these frittatas. So I'm using sausage, onions, and cheese. You can use any type of vegetable you want. You can use bacon, you can use ham, you can have no meat. And I'm using sharp cheddar cheese. You could use feta, you could use Swiss, gouda. It doesn't matter. Mix these up any way you want to. But this is the way I'm doing it today. So let's get this butter melted, and I'm sauteing the onions a little bit just so they'll be soft in the frittatas. Okay, so these onions are basically done. All I want to do is just soften them a little bit. So I've turned that off, and I'm going to move it off the heat. Now, you take 8 eggs, break them up, whisk them all together. Okay. And to that, I'm going to add a half a cup of half and half. Now you can use milk, you can use heavy cream. I think the heavy cream is just a bit much, but the half and half I think works really well. Really creams it up quite nicely. Okay, and I have a cup and a little bit more of grated sharp cheddar. I like to grate my own instead of using the packaged kind because it's got all that extra stuff on it. So just dump all of that in there. Get that all stirred up in there. Switch from the whisk to a spoon. Next, I'll add my sausage. Now, I've used hot sausage. You can use any kind you like. You could use Italian sausage, would be really good too. Or bacon, anything, or a combination. Anything you want. That's what's nice about this recipe. You can make it your own. Get that sausage all stirred up in there. Now I'm going to add the onions and the butter. Get every bit of that because the more butter, the better. Now, I just take some muffin pans like this, and I've sprayed it with vegetable oil spray, and get a little spoon. I'm using this. I think this is like a gravy spoon, but I use it to dip things out. It's so much easier because I can get down in the bottom and get all the good stuff. Fill each one. Not to make too much of a mess here. Here's my first one. Then once I have them all done, I'll come back and fill them up a little bit more. Now this will obviously have to bake in 2 batches because I still have more left here. And so we all make mistakes. And one of the things that I forgot to do was add the salt and pepper. So let's fix that. So let's just come back and just do just a little bit of salt on top of each one. And a little bit of pepper on each one. Or a lot of pepper, whichever you like. Okay, this one's a little thin, so I'm going to add some more to it. Now pop these in a 325 degree oven. I would check it after about 15 minutes. When the tops just start to get brown, they're going to be done. You don't want to let them get too brown. So we're going to put these in the oven and we'll be back when they're done. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes, so it took longer than 15, but I checked it at 15 and then every 5 until they were done. So if you look at them, you see they're just slightly browned now. You don't want them to get too brown. All right, so we'll take them, and I'm going to take a knife and just run it around the edges here, just so they'll pop out cleanly. All but one. That's pretty good. Just take them out, turn them over, and let them cool, because they'll need to cool down because they're really hot. When they cool, we'll come back and we'll do a taste test. Okay, so now it's time for the taste test. Cut into it, you can see it's perfectly done. It's almost quiche-like. They're so good. I can taste the heat from the sausage, because I use hot sausage, and the butter. I can really get the butter flavor too, and the cheese. It's wonderful. Now, the nice thing about this is, when these cool, I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag, lay them out flat, and then put them in the freezer. And then whenever I want one, I can just reach in the freezer, pull one out, stick it in the microwave, and I'll have a fresh frittata for breakfast or lunch or dinner or midnight snack, whatever. So try these. So this made 18. I've got the other 6 in the oven from what was left over from my mix. So a total of 18, and they're great. And you know, if you're like me, you've been living under that culinary rock, you didn't know what a frittata was. These are great. Try them, mix it up any way you want to. Ham, bacon, cheese, no meat, spinach, mushrooms, onions, zucchini, mangoes. I don't know, try mango, see what that tastes like. I don't know that I would like it, but you might like it. So anyway, try this and I think you'll like it. Until next time, happy travels.